my channel. My name is Ashley, and today we're going to be doing a clean with me video. My house is pretty messy. We got lots to do, so yeah, that's pretty bad. So let's just get right on into it and get to cleaning. So the first thing that I like to do is to go ahead and change the trash can liner and take the trash out so that I just have a clean slate while I'm cleaning the rest of the house. Next, I like to go ahead and turn on my RoboVac to let it start vacuuming the house while I'm doing other things until I can get the vacuum out. Now I'm just going to move on to doing my dishes. I had quite a bit this day, so not all of it got to go into the dishwasher. And actually I realized after I had started the dishwasher and walked away that I still had stuff on the stove to clean. So you'll see me do that later on throughout the video. I always try to wash my sink out after I'm finished with the dishes just because it just gets so nasty and gross. And normally I use like a Dawn dish soap with like a Comet or something like that, like with a disinfectant, but I didn't have any that day, so I just used my dish soap and scrubbed that with one of my brushes and then wiped it down. So the dishes were done in the dishwasher, so I went ahead and pulled those out and put those away. And you can actually see on the stove behind me where I forgot to put those in the dishwasher from the beginning, and I didn't realize there were still dirty dishes on the stove top, so I ended up having to wash those as well. Dishes are like my least favorite thing to do. As far as cleaning the house, I don't know why. It's just gross to me, and my husband thinks it's funny because I just don't like to do it. I'd rather clean the bathrooms, which is probably odd to most people, but that's just me. So I'm gonna finish putting these away and then we'll move on to the next thing. Now that the dishes are done, I'm going to go ahead and clean off this countertop. It was a disaster, and there was a little bit of everything on it, from waters to baby stuff to I don't even know what. But it was just a mess, and so let's get that cleaned up and we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, so I want to take a second and mention this cabinet. This is our like catch-all cabinet, and I hate it because there's just everything in there. It has everything from medicine to essential oils to there's coffee mugs, and it's just a mess. So I need to go through that eventually and reorganize it all. Does anybody else have a space like that in their home that just you don't have anywhere else to put it, so it just all goes in that one space? Let me know in the comments if you have that problem and how you've fixed it, because it just gets to me and I just end up avoiding it and throwing more and more in there. So just let me know if you found a solution to help me out. So now that the countertops have been picked up, I'm going to go ahead and get my disinfectant spray and wipe everything down. So I thought this was really sweet right here. She wanted to help me wipe down the counters. So I got a paper towel and put her to work. Never too soon, right? Okay, so now I'm just going to get started on the kitchen table. It was a mess from getting groceries, coming in, dropping what I could off, getting back in the car and heading somewhere else. We've been so busy lately between checkups and doctor's appointments and everything in between. My husband and I have just been talking about, taking the time to slow down and enjoy our everyday plans that we have, and just not getting into a hurry and learning to say no when we are too busy. I know sometimes it's hard to say no when it's things that you want to do, or you feel like the kids would enjoy doing something, but we're just learning to take our time and try to slow way down. When we rush, for us personally, when we rush and get into a hurry, we come home, we drop things off, and our house just becomes a disaster. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but at the top of our pie safe, it's just a bunch of junk. Now, I hate this. It drives me insane. That is my husband. My husband does that all the time. You'll find things on top of our pie safe, on top of our cabinets, on top of our refrigerator. I cannot stand that. That is a pet peeve of mine, but you can only nag so much. So it is what it is. Eventually I'll get to it and it'll get moved. And it's just some extra products I have on hand. A lot of times he'll take his medicine and put it up there, and anyway, so also, I don't think I mentioned earlier in the video, but we live in a single wide mobile home, so everything is right there in the open when you walk through the door. So if one place is a mess, the whole house looks like a disaster, which I hate, but it is what it is. Eventually we hope to get something bigger. We've outgrown our little home that we started out with just me and him, and it's not big enough for us anymore, but we make it, we make do. So anyway, I'm gonna finish cleaning off this table and see what else we have next to do. So now that I have the table cleaned off, I'm just going to go ahead and spray my disinfectant spray on it and wipe it all down. Okay, so here's a view of the living room that we still have to clean. It's not horrible, but there's a lot of Lydia's toys out, a lot of stuff with the babies, baby stuff. That's our littlest Lainey. She's 10 weeks old. She's super sweet. We love her. So yeah, we have all these toys to put up, and then Lydia loves her sister. And then here is all the clothes that still need to be folded. Like I said, a lot of Lydia's toys need to be put away, a lot of the baby stuff. So yep. We're in the middle of redoing our bedroom, so a lot of the stuff that's on top of the entertainment center is paints and chalk paint and paint brushes and stuff, because I plan on redoing our bedroom furniture as soon as we find an actual set that we like, and I will post a video of all of that when I redo it, but for right now it's all just sitting there, so I need to put that up and put in its place. I got those 2 candlesticks from Hallmark, and they had been, I can't even remember, like $20-something a piece, and I got them for like $4-something a piece. And then that lantern, I have 2 of those. They came from Hobby Lobby, but and I got a really good deal on them. But now I've decided not to go with the plan that I was going to do, because we have these 2 canvases right now that I've put up of our family pictures, which we already need to redo because we are a family of 4 now. So yeah, lots needs to be done. I still have to dust and vacuum and mop, so that should be interesting because it has been a while since I have vacuumed, and not vacuumed but mopped. I had a C-section with Lainey, so I wasn't able to get up and do like I wanted to, so now I'm feeling much better, and so yeah, let's just get right on into it. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my Pledge and an old cloth and wipe everything down now that I have that cleaned off. It's been a while since I've dusted, so I'm just going to pick everything up and dust underneath that as well. Dust the sides off and the bottom of that as well. This entertainment center piece that you see, my dad actually built for us as well. We have a coffee table that he built, but we have that put up because Lydia likes to run, and there's just not much room in the living room now for it since we have toys and everything else. And then he also built our 2 end tables that we have in the living room right now that are made like from the old milk cans. And we love those, but my dad built pretty much everything from the kitchen table to our living room furniture, obviously, except our couch and our recliner. Okay, so this vacuum that I'm using is a Dyson. We have had this for a little over 5 years now. We got it as a wedding present. I love this vacuum. However, it is big and bulky, and it does have a cord, so it's kind of hard to maneuver and get into things, but the suction of it works really well. There are different attachments and stuff that you can take off and put on. The only thing that I really have to say that I hate about this vacuum is the handle is actually what comes off for you to hook the other parts to, and when you do that, you can't hardly move it because it's so big and bulky, and it pulls the vacuum with it. So that's the only thing I can say bad about this vacuum. It is hard when you have to pull that attachment off. This is just a shot of the whole living room, how clean it looks. I meant to post that in there earlier, but I didn't. So here is what it looks like, all clean. There's nothing better than a clean house. Now, the only thing that we didn't pick up in the living room was those clothes that I still need to fold, and I will get to that at the very end. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so before I get to vacuuming the floors, I don't think you could see this before in my other clips, but my floors are pretty dirty, and I will say I sweep and vacuum every day, and they still look like this. So it doesn't matter what I do. When you have kids, it's just gonna be like that. So I don't know if any of you have one, but this RoboVac that I showed earlier in my video, I love this thing. When we're busy or we're leaving the house and the floor is just a mess, I turn this on, I let it go, and it cleans. It does a really good job for just being a RoboVac. And I got mine off of Amazon. It's I don't know if you say Eufy or Eufy, but if I can find it on Amazon, I'll link it down in the description box for you guys. We love it. It even, sometimes it has a hard time getting on this rug. And like on like my regular carpet, it still does really good, but this carpet is a little bit thicker on this rug, so it has a little bit of a hard time to get on that and do a good job like it does my regular floors. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys how messy my floors were before we got busy on them. Pretty gross. So do that. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and steam mop my floors with my sharp mop. I really like this steam mop, but I do want to try the cedar mops that everybody's been talking about. I feel like that really disinfects and gets up in there and cleans the floors really well. And this does too. And you'll see here in just a minute how dirty my floors were and how clean this got it. But I just think with the disinfectants and everything that it probably does get it just a little bit more cleaner. And I probably will still use both. I will probably either use this afterwards or maybe try to use this every other day. So, like I said, I still really like it, but I do want to try one of those cedar mops. Okay, so I'm finally done mopping the floors, and as you can see, they were disgusting like I knew they would be. That's just gross. But like I said, I hadn't mopped in a really long time. So yeah, now these pads are easy to take off and clean. There's a button that you push right there, that blue button, and it pops them off, and you just toss it in the washing machine with some detergent. And I think I put bleach in mine to kind of help, but I'm glad my floors are finally clean. That was just disgusting. So yeah, I'm glad they got done. And here's a shot of the whole house that's supposed to be clean. There are some toys and some shoes out from my husband coming home and the kids playing. But for the most part, it is clean. So I'm going to leave this here with you guys. My mother-in-law is on her way to see the kiddos. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.